Is Anna. Today we're talking about TikTok. So exciting. Just a little bit about me. My name's Anna Zervos. I am the CEO of the POW app and the POW Creative, two Colorado-founded startups. So I'm really happy to be here with you guys. Colorado is very important to my team. We all started here, and a lot of my team lives here. So thank you for the welcome. The POW app, quickly, just so you have some context of why I'm here and why I'm talking to you guys, is essentially an app for hidden gems. It helps you find the coolest places to eat, play, stay, drink in whatever city you're in. We have a strong presence here in Denver. You may have seen us on Instagram or TikTok, where we put out content about cool bars or cool restaurants, and then tell you to download our app to find more. On our app, we have around 100,000 users, tons of Denver stuff, so if you're a doer in Denver, you should definitely check us out. We founded that 5 years ago, and our most recent startup is the POW Creative, which is a short-form video agency. Founded it about a year ago, where essentially we help businesses take over their TikTok and Instagram and make viral videos for them, and hopefully turn those viral views into real customers that either walk in their door or buy their product. So we have a lot of experience with videos, not only for other clients, but ourselves as well. We've actually, in the last 2 years, created over 100 million views, over 10 million total likes, and 500,000 followers without paying any ads. So that's all organic. So I like to think that we know a little bit about video, specifically short form, and that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today and give you some tips and tricks so you can try it yourself. So I want to read the room, do a little bit of vibe check before we start. Please raise your hand if you have Instagram downloaded on your phone. Cool. Now raise your hand if you have TikTok downloaded on your phone. Nice. Raise your hand if you actively use Instagram Reels, like you watch them regularly. Okay. Now raise your hand if you actively watch TikToks. Cool. It's pretty even, right? That's awesome. So today we're going to go into all that. We're going to first talk about why video, what's going on in the world of video right now, especially with marketing. Then we're going to talk about some short form video basics, definitions, things that you definitely have to know if you're going to start creating video yourself. Go into some successful video strategies that we've seen and we've used for our clients and for our own business. Tell you some insider tips and tricks. And then do a little mini workshop before we go into Q&A. Does that sound good? Cool. All right, so let's start with why video. Even though I love photo, we all love photo. Unfortunately, right now, photo's kind of out and video's kind of in. And what I mean by that is it should come as no surprise that TikTok was the most downloaded app across the entire world in 2021. That's huge if you think about it. That's the world, right? That means all of these people were downloading an app that is just video-based. What you might be surprised about is that when it comes to the demographics, there's almost just as many 10-year-olds as 49-year-olds. So anybody that comes and says, oh, the session name, TikTok is just for teens dancing, it's just not true. You have kind of across the board, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, everybody's using it across ages. So that's really important. 1 billion total active users, that's so many eyeballs. That's so many eyeballs. 45 million daily. And an average user checks TikTok 19 times a day. That's a lot. We're on our phones a lot. This is really important for you because these are eyeballs that you can try to get to know about your business. There's a lot of people across the world, lots of different ages. That's great for us when we're trying to market. Raise your hand if you know who this guy is. This is the head of Instagram. His name's Adam. He's making all the Instagram decisions right now. A lot of people are kind of pissed off at him because if you have been using Instagram for a long time, there's this kind of growing sentiment that people want the old Instagram back, where it used to just be sharing photos with your friends. Now you got all this stuff on there that seems like it's not even Instagram anymore, and it's kind of turning into TikTok. So the Kardashians spoke about this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And of course, they're the most followed people on Instagram. So he finally responded, even though we've all been saying this for a while. And he essentially said, I don't really care what you think. We're going to be like TikTok. He didn't really say that, but he said, I do believe that more and more of Instagram is going to become video over time. He said this on live to all of Instagram, to all the world. This is the guy that's making all the decisions. So if you don't get on this bandwagon, you're going to be left behind. Video is what's happening. Now, there's a reason every app is doing it. I'm sorry the screen is smaller than I thought it was going to be, but from TikTok to YouTube to Pinterest to Instagram, like, can you tell the difference between any of those screenshots? They're literally the same app. If you come closer, you would be able to see the icons are even almost the same. And all the content is kind of the same as well. And there's a reason for this. It's because video is working. And these other apps are recognizing that and shifting their marketing strategies for their own app to be like TikTok because it was the most downloaded app in the world. But why do we care about this? Why should you guys care? Why should businesses care? Well, video is essentially how people are making buying decisions nowadays. So instead of traditional marketing, maybe a billboard or a commercial or magazine article, PR, those are still definitely relevant, but we have this whole new world of buying habits that is coming from video. Whether it's makeup, outfits, kombucha, a summer activity on a yacht, people are looking to look at other people that look like them, maybe the same age, maybe they live in the same city, that are doing things that they want to do as well. This person in the front, she's a makeup reviewer. She's very open and honest. She's very authentic. She's going to tell you if she likes something, tell you if you don't. Millions and millions and millions of views. And as soon as she says she likes something, that product is pretty much sold out the next day. She's an influencer, but she's also really authentic. She's not getting paid to do a lot of this. This is like genuinely what she wants to wear on her face, and people know that about her, so they trust her. Nowadays, people are making buying decisions by watching these types of videos. They see someone else do it, then they want to do it. Another reason why you should care is that one video can legitimately change your life overnight. Let's look at an example. So this was an example. This woman posted a video of her husband making jewelry in the shape of little corn earrings, and overnight, it literally blew up and he sold out. He had to fly his mom out from Chile to help him. This girl, if you use TikTok, you may have seen her video recently, posted a video of a song she was working on. It hit so many views that within the week she signed a deal to Columbia Records. This croissant in New York City, some girl went and found them, put it on TikTok. To this day, like a month later, there's still a line to get these croissants. That was from one video. It's insane. It's really insane if you think about it. That can't happen on a Facebook. That can't happen on a Twitter. That can't happen with a newsletter. This can only happen on TikTok and now Instagram. And even if stuff doesn't happen overnight, those might be more rare cases, it's still faster than it may have been otherwise. This graph is the graph that everybody always wants to see. This is from the POW app, my first company. Can you guess what we started doing right here? Posting on TikTok. So for a couple years, we didn't really do much marketing. And during COVID, once TikTok started getting a little bit more popular, I made a POW app account. And I was like, let me just post a video. Let's see what this is all about. And I posted a video of a Miami brunch spot saying, check out this brunch place, super beautiful. Look at these pancakes and this cheese pull, things that are TikTok worthy. If you want to see more, download the POW app, link in bio. And overnight, I think it got like 500,000 views. And then we checked our Google Analytics, and it was thousands of Miami app users. And we saw that, and we saw the link, and I just became obsessed. I mean, you can ask my team in the front row. We launched 25 accounts in a week. Launched POW Miami, POW New York, POW Denver, POW Chicago, POW Austin. I mean, everything you can think of. And just started blasting out content to see if this was just a fluke or if we could make this happen in lots of different places. And it worked. And it continues to work. It's been doing this for the last 2 years. And we didn't put any money towards the actual videos. Of course, we put money towards going to the brunch places and going to the coffee shops. But at the end of the day, we didn't pay for these views. So who's not convinced yet? Come talk to me after class if you aren't. I think moral of the story is, like, if you're looking to grow a business, you gotta get on the video train, or you're just gonna be left behind. Well, let's get into some definitions on what short form video even means. In our team specifically, we say it's a 50 to 60 second video. 60 seconds is even a little bit too long, we would say. It needs to look user-generated. And what I mean by that, it needs to look like it came from your phone. We're going to talk later about high production videos. And finally, it needs to be in portrait mode, up and down. I know it hurts a lot of videographers here. You're really upset about that one. That's how people are viewing videos right now on TikTok and Instagram. Usually there's music and audio associated with these videos, say almost 100% of the time. Sometimes there's text on screen, and there's usually a purpose to it, purpose or story associated with the video. It's not just kind of some aimless clip. And we'll go through examples. Now, who's heard of the algorithm? The dreaded algorithm, what is it? Now, I'm not going to give you a definition because I don't know what the algorithm is either. It's this kind of elusive thing that TikTok made, and still people are trying to figure out how my phone's listening to me. I said cats, and then it showed me a cat video 2 seconds later. The algorithm is your best friend, because what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to get your business or your content or whatever it is you're trying to get out there in front of the people that would actually care about it. Now, when TikTok is trying to figure you out as a user, they're using a couple things. First and foremost, they're using your location. Where are you actually physically right now? If there are any travelers in here, you might realize that you open TikTok in Denver, and then you fly to New York, and you open TikTok, and all of a sudden you're getting New York content. That's because they know where you are, which is freaky, but like, are we that mad about it? Because I want to see New York content when I'm in New York. They're also trying to figure out your interests, and the way that they're doing that is they're measuring your watch time. So you might not even realize you're doing it, but as you're going through your feed, if you're on a video for 1 second versus you're on a video for 10 seconds, they're making a judgment that you probably like that 10-second video more. And then they just kind of put you on this whole new path of videos that are more like that 10-second video that you just watched. Now, if you engage with the video, now you're really saying, I like this. If you like it, or you comment on it, or you share it, you're basically indicating to these platforms, this is the type of stuff I want to see. And then if you follow somebody, that's like a golden, you want to see this stuff, and we're going to show you more stuff like that. And then if you're actually contributing to these platforms, that's another indicator for them. So they're just trying to get you to be on this app a lot, right? They want to suck you in, they want your eyeball, because that's more money for them. So the more that they can get you right and show you what you want, you're going to be on it longer. So that's kind of the basicness of the algorithm. There's probably so much more that none of us will ever know. Now, why the algorithm works so much is that there's so many different niches on TikTok. And the Gen Z kind of lingo is what we call talks, T-O-K-S. If you guys have any Gen Z friends or Gen Z kids and you want to seem cool, you can ask them like what talk they're on. And it's essentially like what are your interests and what are you being shown on the platform? And it can be literally anything. We might all be on Denver Talk because we're in Denver, which means we're getting Denver content. We're getting what to eat in Denver, where to go in Denver, top 5 hikes outside Denver. But the lists are kind of endless. I'm going to show you how different they are. I'm going to have my team tell you what talks they're on. Maddie, what talk are you on?
I'm definitely on mountain bike talk, like jumps, crashes, all of that stuff for sure.
I'm getting married soon, so I'm on wedding talk. I'm on how to not kill your plants talk.
I'm on life hacks talk. I'm on cats, dogs, and curly hair.
I'm on Draco talk, like Draco Malfoy, Harry Potter.
Okay, could have kept that one to yourself, Jill. Just kidding. We all love Draco. We all love Harry Potter. So just, with this sample size right in the front, there's so many different talks. And why that matters is there's recipe talk, shopping, art, therapy, disability, movie, LGBTQ, Denver, travel. Anything you can think of, there's these niches on TikTok that you can try to tap into that your business might fit into. And if you can tap into them and get on that kind of wave and that channel, that's what's going to make something go viral with the audience that you care about. Because the worst thing to happen is that your video goes viral, but with the wrong audience. Because you could have 1 million views on something, but if that's not your target customer, then you're not going to get anything from those views. Whereas if you are a therapist and you're on therapy talk and you get that one right sweet spot and your video gets in front of all these people that are looking for therapy, you're going to get booked out for, the next year. Now, TikTok and trends, I'm sure we all know about trends, if you know about TikTok. It's what it sounds like. It's essentially someone does something, people like it, people emulate it, and all of a sudden a ton of people are following suit. It can come in different waves, though. First one is through songs. So TikTok and music is obviously intertwined. You can't really have TikTok without music. And a great example is Harry Styles. When he came out with his last album, lots of people love Harry Styles, and his music's great. And this one song, As It Was, just completely blew up on TikTok, and people were using it as background for all of their videos, to the point where it now has 2.5 million videos that have used that sound. That's a trending sound or song. What that means for you as a business, though, is this is the easiest way for you to go viral, is take a trending sound and put it to one of your videos as it's trending. So you have to find the sound or song first, which can be hard, but once you know what it is, you can literally put any sound to the back of any video. But if it hops on that kind of wavelength, then it's going to hopefully go viral with all the other videos that are going viral. The second type of trend is a concept. Now, I don't know if anyone saw this. I think it was last week. There was this teenage dirtbag trend. The song Teenage Dirtbag was trending. And essentially, the first part of the video, you would show yourself now. And then it would show pictures of you when you were kind of a teenage dirtbag, when you were younger. And the better ones were like, you have Jennifer Gardner now, who's like this awesome actress and wholesome person. And then you see these ones when she was like 15, like emo looking, just perfect. These are happening all the time. This is the trickiest part as a business, is to take a trend concept and like try to warp it and put your business into it without being cringy. And that's definitely can be really hard, but fun at the same time. And then finally, yes, there is dancing on TikTok. Some of the stereotypes are true, but it's fun. Dancing's fun. Like, it's all happy, but basically how it works is, a dancer or an influencer will kind of come up with a dance to a song. That dance will go viral, people emulate that dance, and then that song kind of goes viral. So it's a really popular marketing technique for musicians, especially like Lizzo is a perfect example. When Lizzo comes out with a song, I'm sure there's stuff going on behind the scenes where she sends her song to some of these dancers beforehand. They can kind of come up with a dance, and then the song goes viral with the dance. So great marketing technique. Not something we all really need to worry about, though, as businesses. Trends are tough. Trends are really tough. They change. They can change every hour. They can change mostly daily and weekly, I would say. And the worst thing you can do as a business is do a trend like 3 weeks after it's already died. Because people are going to be like, ugh, they tried, but it's so cringy. There are some that are evergreen that are always kind of trending, but it's more rare. And just to show you guys, we do, like, my team has a whole Slack channel that's just called Trends. And I have like over 30 team members that are just posting trends as we find them. And we're on TikTok all day, every day, trying to find these. So it's tough, I'm not gonna lie to you, to find the trends and then even figure out how to warp them for your business and post them before it gets cringy. So something to keep in mind, that this might be something you want to outsource instead of do yourself. And then we have some, features that are important for you to know of if you are going to go into the TikTok IG world. TikTok likes to reward users that use the app a lot. They kind of know if you're just coming on trying to get viral and then leave. So the more you can utilize their features that they love, the better it is going to be for your business. First one is called duetting. It's basically you're responding to someone else's video, and they're next to each other on the screen. You kind of see two videos at once. This is a popular one with the dances. So you'll see a dance, and then someone kind of does the dance next to them on screen. Replying via video is one of our favorite features to use. So if you have a video that goes viral, you're probably going to get a ton of comments on that video, possibly some hate comments. We'll talk about that later. But it's nice to reply to a comment with a video. And an example of this is, let's say you put your product on the screen and someone comments and says, how many colors does this come in? Or can you show me all the colors this comes in? You can actually take that comment. It will go on the video, on the screen, and then you can reply with a video, maybe showing them all the colors and basically answering them rather than just typing it out, but it's visual. Then you have stitching. This is kind of another example of duetting. This is really popular for creators who ask questions to their community members, which you might want to do if you're kind of in like the therapy world or like the self-help world. Or you could say, let's say the question is, tell me the last time you cried. That's really depressing. But basically, you could respond to that video, and the video will start with that other person's video saying, tell me the last time you cried, and then it'll switch to your video and you respond. But it's all in the same video. That's stitching. Then you have playlists. Playlists are great for organizing content. So on our POW accounts, for example, we like to do the perfect day in Denver or the perfect day in Miami, and we make it a series. And then we can put them into a collection, which is called a playlist. So when someone comes to our profile, they can see all of them together. And then green screen is another popular feature to use, where you kind of what it sounds like. There's a green screen, and you can put like a screenshot of something behind you, and you can kind of talk about it. So we just launched our website today. If we wanted to show that off on TikTok, we could put that on the back in the green screen, and we can kind of point to things, and it's like a fun way to engage as well. So essentially, Instagram is turning into TikTok. There's not a ton of differences when it comes to putting content out. A lot of our clients ask, should we be putting these videos on TikTok and Instagram, or just TikTok or just Instagram? We're huge believers that you should be putting it out everywhere. If you're going and actually making these videos and putting in the effort, why would you not? Especially because Instagram is pretty much emulating TikTok at this point. So might as well. But there are some differences that we can see. TikTok really is a bit more personal and casual and authentic. You're going to get a lot of creators that are literally in their bed and just recording themselves like they're talking to you, which is why it feels so authentic and you feel like this connection with these people. You're going to get less of that on Instagram, because Instagram's been around a long time, and Instagram really has turned into this kind of, here's my perfect life, and these kind of influencer, photoshopped, this is the highlight reel of my life. And because of that, there's this kind of lens on the content. So you're going to get less of that. You're going to get more aesthetics, curated stuff on Instagram. TikTok, as I said, you're going to get all the types of trends. You're going to get the dances. You're going to get the big trends, the small trends, all the trends. Instagram, really only the big trends make it over to Instagram. So things that just go so viral on TikTok are the ones that kind of end up on Instagram, but they do end up there like 2 weeks later, which is kind of a meme in the TikTok community where if you have a friend that's only on Instagram and they're like, oh my God, do you see this video? And you're like, dude, I saw that literally 6 months ago. And then you have TikTok, which is definitely more music and sound focused. Like I said, it's really hard to have a TikTok and not have music with it or have a sound with it. And Instagram can definitely be more visuals focused. It has sounds, but there's way less emphasis on choosing the right sound. So those are some definitions. Now we will go through some successful video strategies that you guys can try for your business. These are some categories that have worked really well for us. We're going to go through one by one, starting with funny. Does anyone follow Duolingo on TikTok? Okay, everyone should follow Duolingo on TikTok. This is a great example of a business taking the weirdest stance on social media and it just working so well. This is the Duolingo, like, what's the word? Mascot. And they've turned it into like a real life thing that like walks around and like basically terrorizes all the employees. And they get like 50 million views. I mean, it's wild. Like you would never think Duolingo would be so funny on, I mean, it's an app, right? Other ones like this that you should check out if you have a funny bone in your body for your business. Ryanair, hilarious. Lionsgate, and the Empire State Building. The Empire State Building's TikTok is absolutely amazing, and it's just comedy. It's just skits all the time. So that's definitely hard if you're not a funny person, but one way you can go. Yeah, this is just, the mascot being so dramatic. I mean, what? It says when you use Google Translate instead of actually learning a language. I mean, it's just perfect. By the way, it's like their one marketing intern that started this, and I hope she's getting paid a lot of money now. Second is hyper-targeted. So this goes back to our talks that we talked about. So later on in our workshop, I'm going to have you guys think of specific talks that you guys could kind of try to tap into as a business. For us, this is one of our clients, Fiction Beer Company. If you haven't been there, you should definitely check them out. And we tried to get on Book Talk because it's a book-themed brewery, Beer Talk, and Denver Talk. So we said, POV, you love to read, but you also love beer. And then it goes, then come check us out, Denver, Colorado. So you're basically putting it out there. This is who we're looking for. And if you scroll to that video and you don't like beer and you don't like books, you're probably going to keep scrolling. But if you do like books and you like beer, you're probably going to stop scrolling and say, oh, that's me. Yes, I also like those things. Next, we have educational. This is another one of our clients, Babe's Tea Room, also in Denver. You should check them out. This is educational, how to make tea sandwiches. This got over 500,000 views. It's like so simple, but so effective. And we just go through how to make tea sandwiches and kind of teach your audience something. Another question we'll think about at the end is, what could you teach your audience? What's some value that you could bring to this app that could help give your viewers something that they could share? They could share online. They can talk about it at the dinner table. Oh, I learned something today, and it was from this business or this account. Then we have emotional. This is just one of the best profiles because it's a coffee shop. And coffee shops they're pretty hard to market on TikTok because at the end of the day, it's a coffee shop. I mean, if you have a limited menu, you don't have a lot of events going on, it's just kind of people come, they get their coffee, they work there, and they leave. There's not a ton of content to work with. So what they did is they actually make videos where they go around and just give compliments to strangers outside of the car. So they say, like, you're gorgeous, and then it stops someone in their tracks and, like, gets them emotional. It makes you emotional watching it because it's just such a beautiful thing. And all of their videos are like this, and they get, like, 10 to 50 million views. I mean, it's wild. And it's a coffee shop. But it's a great strategy. I wish I thought of it. Then you have just visually captivating, something that just stops you in your tracks. Think about how much content you're consuming on a daily basis. You need to stop someone in their tracks. And if you have something visually captivating, you should definitely take advantage of that. This is our client called Squeezy. basically allows you to put your shampoo and conditioner in a dispenser, and then it basically like gets out all of the stuff at the end, and it's really great for people with disabilities. But like this video got like 5 million views because it's very captivating. It's like, what the heck is going on? I mean, it can be seen as a little inappropriate, but it's funny. If it gets you views and it gets you purchases, then why not? You guys should look at the comments on that video. It's really great. And then we have our other client, Little Man Ice Cream. And I mean, it's a simple video, very effective, just kind of stops you in your tracks, being like, oh my God, when are they going to stop? And, you know, got thousands and thousands of views. So it's super simple, but if you can captivate someone visually, then definitely do it. Then we have person-based. So these are great for companies that have like a really good personality of a CEO or a founder, or like even an employee that's just like really good looking and everybody knows it, or like really funny on camera. Then people like watching people. I think we forget that. And TikTok, a lot of people relate to seeing other people's faces and other people's emotions. And so this is one of our clients, Peter, who's a famous artist in Miami, and he's just absolutely psychotic. Like everything he does, you're just like, what are you doing? And he's just a perfect TV personality. So he is in most of the videos, and he loves it, as I'm sure you could guess. Then we have slightly controversial. This is an interesting one. The best way I can describe it is this is actually how we went viral on POW a lot, is we would say, the best tacos in Denver. And people have a lot of opinions on that. And we kind of knew by doing it, like, we're not saying these are actually the best tacos in Denver. We just kind of want to piss you off slightly so that you comment and say what your favorite tacos are. And by commenting, you're making our stuff go viral. And if we go viral, then we're going to get more app users. So there's a fine line here, and it kind of depends on your business and your brand. But this is an example of a Miami one we did. The best New York pizza is now open in Miami. We got double whammy. We got the New Yorkers and the Miami locals. And people in New York are like, what are you talking about? That's not the best pizza. Miami's like, oh, that looks so gross. And you're like, actually, it's really good. So that one, you know, went viral just because, but we knew it going in. Like, we're just trying to push people's buttons. And then finally, we have On Trend. Here we have a video from our client Snooze. I'm sure we all love Snooze. This is just a trend we hopped on really quickly, and it basically says, like, I need 3 drinks at all time, 1 for hydration, 1 for something else. And it got like 70,000 views just because we quickly hopped on it. It's a 5-second video, and we got tons and tons of followers from it. So it doesn't need to be that complicated. You just have to be ready to go and on it. So these are some categories to try. Now we'll go into some insider tips and tricks, kind of our secrets, so don't let them leave the room. This is a myth that I want to bust right now. Followers does not equal success. So I know that back in the Instagram days, everybody wanted so many followers. That meant like your external validation was how many followers you had, which I think is still the case when people want to check you out. They want to make sure you don't have like 2 followers because then you're not a legit company. But it doesn't equal success for a business. I'm going to show you an example. So this is an analytics. I know it's probably hard to see, so I'll read it to you guys. This is like an analytics page from an Instagram video we did on Room for Millie, which is a bar here in Denver, which we love. You should definitely check them out too. And we have around 35,000 followers on our POW Denver account. We did a video for them. And we also have this screenshot from another account, which is another Denver influencer. I'm not going to tell you their name. Here in Denver, who has 200,000 followers, so definitely a big follower gap. And they also did a video on Room for Millie. So we both did videos, and the numbers are wildly different. We actually had around 2,000 people share the video, whereas they had like 500. And we had 2,000 people save the video, and they had around 400. And we had around 70,000 views. They had around 60,000 views, so not that different. So this is really to show you that, like, followers don't mean a lot when looking at the numbers you care about the most, which, by the way, should be shares and saves, because those are people that want to come into your business. They want to save it and bookmark it because they have an intention of actually visiting your place or buying your product. And then the shares because this is worthy of sharing it with someone else, and now you just got another view. That's great. At the end of the day, likes don't mean a lot. Comments are fun, but that's not what's moving people. That's not what's making people buy. So don't be hung up if you don't have a ton of followers yet. You could have 0 followers on TikTok, post a video, and it can go viral, which is actually amazing if you think about it. Next insider tip. High production videos don't usually work that well. This is Amazon, okay? Amazon's like one of the biggest companies in the whole world. They have 170 likes on this video. Right? Like, that's crazy. Look at this video. Like, look how bad this is. This is on TikTok. Like, okay, now what? Oh, okay, you want me to buy it. Add to cart. That was literally it. Like, what? Why? Why is that on TikTok? Would they think that's going to make me buy that golf ball? Hell no. I'd so rather see someone like being funny with a skit, like playing golf and missing, or something relatable, something funny. That's just one example, but we actually have tried this with our clients, where a lot of times we come in and they already have a videographer that they pay, and they're making reels with that videographer, and they post them, and then we post ours, and you can just see, like, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work as well, because I like to call the new generations BS detectors. They can just sniff it out. Like, they know if you're trying to sell them something, and they won't like you for it. And a lot of the times with the high production stuff, that's what it looks like. It looks like you spent a lot of money to hire someone, and they're, good at marketing, and they're trying to get your money, which they're going to sniff that out, and this is what they're going to look like. They're going to say, I know what you're up to, and they're not going to buy from you. And that brings me to my next tip, which is don't waste money on TikTok ads. People will sniff out that you paid for that ad, and they're going to keep scrolling. They might even block you. They really don't want to see that. And the other way that they're going to know that you paid is if they go to your profile and they see that you have 100,000 views on a video, and they go to that video and you have 10 likes on it, they're going to sniff that out. They're going to say, I know that they bought those views. Same thing with Instagram. If you bought followers, you have 10,000 followers on Instagram, and you go to a post and they have 2 likes on their photo, you know those aren't real. And you're going to lose all credibility as a business. Now, I'm not saying that you should never try this. This is going to be a little bit controversial. Some people are going to tell you to try this, but I mean, you saw the proof of how many views we got without paying dollars. So you can do it. Quantity does matter a lot on TikTok. The more you put out, the more chance you have of something going viral. So the worst thing that you could do is say, I'm going to try TikTok, I'm going to do this, and post 3 videos a month. You're not giving yourself any chance to go viral. For us, it's a minimum of 12 a month. And even that, you got to be doing more. We've had a client where their second video went viral. We've had a client where their 30th video went viral. At the end of the day, we can do all we can, but a lot of stuff is out of our control. Things might not hit. It might take that Babe's Tea Room, how to make tea sandwiches. We posted 30 videos before that one, and that's the one that got 500,000 views. So random. But that's the kind of game of TikTok. It's gambling in a way. So the more, the better. Be ready for the haters, because they're there. The second you get views, you're going to have a hater. You're going to have many haters. I'm guaranteeing this to you. I'm looking at all of you in the eye. You will have haters. You have to let it go. I didn't let it go at first, and it was very crippling. Here are some hate comments that we've gotten that I will share with you on our Denver videos, by the way. You forgot to add get mugged across the street from Voodoo Donuts in our Perfect Day in Denver series. Yo, this is the most boring day ever. Thank you, sir. You forgot the part of walking past all the bums in tent cities, okay? This is the least Denver thing I can think of. There's lots of these, and we're going to continue to get them. But we also have tons of comments that say, this is amazing. I'm going to try this. I'm going to go. I'm going to get off my couch and go to that place. We got thousands and thousands of Denver users, and those are people that are downloading our app because they want to see more of our content. So at the end of the day, haters going to hate. It's part of the process. Honestly, it means you're doing something right. Big lesson learned, you might not find success on all the platforms. It is very common, especially with our clients, to see success on one and not the other. It's kind of random which one it is. For example, Peter, the one I told you about, the artist, 400,000 followers on Instagram, 30 followers on TikTok. Something's not working on TikTok, so we dropped it. We don't post there anymore for him, and that's okay. Doesn't mean we failed, just means that Instagram is more for him. We have some where it's the opposite. Now we have, we can try YouTube, we can try Pinterest. There's, like I told you, they're all come in the same app, so if you don't find Instagram's even working for you, maybe Pinterest is where it's at, maybe YouTube Shorts. So many options, it's great. Okay, before we hit Q&A, is this right for you? Because it is not right for everyone. I want you guys to take a couple seconds per question and think to yourself, what are your business goals? What comes to mind? Do you want fast growth overnight? Do you want steady growth? Do you want people to buy? Do you want to prove something so you can raise money for investors? Do you want to build a community that's really strong, that's going to be like your cult following? Do you want to have a really strong brand, but you don't care as much about the views? These are all things that you need to decide on before you hop into a strategy like this. Second, what types of things could you add to these platforms? Think back on those categories I told you. Are you more in the education route, like you have a lot to teach people? Are you more in the entertainment route? Are you funny? Could you make Duolingo type videos? Are you relatable? Do you have really interesting stories that you think a lot of people would like to hear and could kind of relate to you about? It's good to kind of think this way, because if you don't have a lot of that, you're not going to have a lot of content to play with and post a lot of. Who is your target demographic? I'm sure this is a question we've all thought of in this room. Probably every session at some point on Denver Startup Week is talking about this. But think about it in terms of those talks I told you about. Because if your target demographic is in Denver, then you're going to want to be on Denver Talk. Maybe it's sorority talk. Maybe it's mountain biking crashing talk. These are things that you can think of as your strategy when hopping onto TikTok and Instagram and trying to reach the people that are going to buy. Are you willing to let go a little bit? This is a big one. I'm going to tell you about our lessons learned a little bit, but the more tunnel vision you are and the more you're holding on to your brand for dear life, the less you have to play with, and such a creative platform. There's so much to try, so many risks to take. And if you're kind of that like type A control freak, I need to like nitpick every single copy, every single thing about a video, like it's not going to work. I'll tell you right now, it's not going to work. And what's your budget? You can't do this without money. Whether you're paying one person or an agency, this is a lot of work and it requires money, but it can really, really pay off, and it can pay off really quickly. From our point of view, our most successful clients that we've seen, because we've seen a lot of people fail, are the ones that are willing to try everything and see what sticks. Usually what we like to do when we start working with a client is all those categories I told you about, we try a little bit of everything. And then we wait for something to kind of hit, and then we lean into that route and do more of that. And it's best if you're willing to try it all. More chances of going viral. Your business has some sort of consistent newness, which means there's lots of content to play with, whether you have new product launches or you have a lot of events or you have lots of employees with fun personalities, that there's just lots of stuff to film. Because at the end of the day, if you have one thing and one thing only, it's hard to create hundreds of videos out of one small product. You have a unique story to tell. That's always great. We love clients that we also believe in their story, that you're a good person, because if you're not a good person, those BS detectors are going to find out about you and they're not going to like you very much. And that you can handle quick growth. This is a big one. We've had clients where we had one client, it was a smoothie shop in Minneapolis. We did one video for them, went viral, and the next day she called us. She had a line out the door and she sold out by 9:30 a.m. And she was so pumped, but she was also like very stressed. She's like, I don't have anyone to help me. I don't know what's going on. Is this how it's going to be for the rest of my life? Like, what am I doing? So it's good, but you also have to be kind of ready for that, and not everybody's always ready for that. And of course, that you have a marketing budget. That's nice too. So with that, if this is sounding like something that you're like, okay, I'm hitting a lot of these, you gotta do it now. Because everything I just told you, unfortunately, could change next month. So annoying, but kind of beautiful at the same time, right? We're just constantly changing and iterating. It's never boring. This job is never boring because there's new features being launched. There's new apps being launched. There's always new stuff to try, and that's new eyeballs and new possibilities. So, final plug before Q&A. This is what we do for a living. Shocker. The POW Creative, we do have this insider subscription. So all that stuff that I told you about today, we have kind of a package newsletter that goes out once a month that gives you all the trending sounds that we found, all the trending concepts, insider tips and tricks, more stuff that we're learning, and it's $14, basically as much as a breakfast and a coffee. It will save you over 20 hours of work. So that's there. Our next one's going out October 1st. And then we have our packages. Obviously, we're doing this for a living. We're taking over people's TikToks and Instagrams, making them go viral. We have clients here in Denver, Miami, New York, LA, San Francisco, and we're growing. We have an awesome team. Some of them are up here if you want to talk to them after this. And if you want to schedule a meeting and talk about our packages, please come talk to this lovely lady right here, Maddie, and we can talk all about it. But here's a QR code for all those things. You can check out our website and that subscription and Instagram and all that type of stuff. But now I'm going to open it up to Q&A, and I'll help, and my team will as well. Thank you so much. Yes, all the way in the back. Yes, so all of these apps have creator funds. They pay you, which is really exciting. They're also competing for our eyeballs. They see that TikTok is the most successful app, and they want to be the most successful app. So we actually just started getting paid for some of our reels on Instagram, which is super cool. We got invited to do it. Still unclear what the threshold is to be invited, but I think it's like 10,000 followers around, and you're posting consistently. Again, they're going to reward people that are using their app a lot. So Instagram has a creator fund, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest. Pinterest also has a creator fund. TikTok's is the largest. I think it's over $1 billion a year is paid to creators. Instagram, we get paid differently on different accounts. It's super weird. We can't figure it out. I was trying to figure out like how many cents per view, and it's different on POW Denver than POW Miami, and I wish I knew, but it's a real thing, and it's not just $1. Like you can get hundreds of dollars, if not more, per month. I think you were next. It's a great question. Yes. So TikTok became TikTok because they basically bought the rights to like every song ever. I think they acquired this app called Musical.ly, which was kind of like the dance app where it all started. And then TikTok had the rights to the music, so they kind of conjoined. And now, if you're not a business, you can use anything. If you're a business account, it gets sticky. You're not allowed to use As It Was by Harry Styles if you're a business account. However, there are so many remixes, and there's so many users that are DJs that take the Harry Styles songs and they speed it up, and it creates like a whole different vibe, and you can use those because there's no copyright associated with those. And those are still trending. So we do that a lot for our businesses. The only difference really between a business account and a personal account is being able to put a link in your bio, which is kind of important if you're trying to sell something. But we're still trying to figure it out too. We're kind of trialing and erroring the business account versus personal account. We haven't run into too many issues just because with all the songs that go viral, there's always another version of them that you can use. If that makes sense. Cool. Yeah. It's a great question. He asked if we change the video based off which platform we're using. We don't. Lots of people do, though. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a time limit on my phone. Definitely utilize that. So I'll tell you if you've spent an hour on it. I use that constantly. It's tough for sure. I mean, I still love the app, thankfully, so I don't feel like I have a personal use on it and a work use. Work hat on using TikTok is very different than personal hat on using TikTok. I think we can all speak for this. When we go and we're looking for something, we're looking for a sound to use for a video. We go on our feed and we, keep searching until we find one. And it usually only takes, 10 minutes until we find something good. If we can't find one, we go in that Slack Trends channel and say, does anybody have something for me? Because I'm dying right now. But it sucks you in. It really does. So just manage your time and know when enough is enough. But do treat it as a task. You can put it in your calendar. Haley has time in her calendar where it's, TikTok research for 1 hour. And then I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to do something else. That's my best advice. I think you're next. Yes. So actually, legally, you have to disclose it now. If you're getting paid through a brand deal or a partnership, you actually have to put it in your caption, and it has to say #ad, or it has to say #sponsored. And on Instagram, it even has a banner. It says paid partnership with. And a lot of times that's kind of annoying, but if you're a good creator, you're very honest with your user base and say, hey, I'm getting paid right now. I'm getting paid and I'm going to go buy my dream apartment in New York City, and you guys are going to help me do that because I have this Nike deal. So the more honest they are about those deals, I think the more their community kind of just accepts it, because they're not dumb. They know that they need to get paid too. It's their job, and they want to see more of their content, so they need to get paid for it. But I think if they're trying to hide it, they're going to sniff it out for sure. But legally, you're not allowed to anymore. It's actually a new law. Mm-hmm. Yes, her question is basically what is going on with hashtags, because I think we all want to know what's going on with hashtags. I wish I knew as well. We also try different things internally. On our POW Denver Instagram Reels, we don't use hashtags a lot. and on Miami we will, but we'll see the same results, like on our own videos. So I kind of think they're a little bit of bullshit on Instagram right now, or else we wouldn't see those results. On TikTok, we like to use hashtag FYP on every single video we do. That means For You page. It's basically the For You page on TikTok is where you discover things. It's just kind of something everybody does. I don't even know if it works, but we do it. And then we're basically just trying to help the algorithm figure out what this video is about. So if we're saying hashtag Denver Colorado, hashtag Denver foodie, we're just hoping that it's giving a couple more hints to TikTok to get them to put our video on those talks faster. It could be all bullshit though. I have no idea. I'm really sorry. How about you? Great question. Yes. How often do we put a call to action on our videos? Almost all the time. I'd say like over 50%. On the app side, we always at the end say, and save this spot on POW, save this hidden gem on POW, because we've already lured them in enough. And if they've made it to the end of that video, then like they're kind of expecting some sort of ending to this video, beginning, middle, end. On our client videos, it depends what the purpose of that video is. That snooze one, there's no need for a call to action because it's a trend. It would be weird if we were like, and come to snooze. Maybe it's in the caption, but if it feels natural and you're telling a story about a certain, part of your business, and then at the end it's like, and by the way, if you want to come check us out and like meet me in real life, like here's the address, here's the location, I'm up all the time. It should be as authentic as possible when it comes down to it, all of it. Yes, striped shirt. Hi. I hear you. Yeah. Well, first off, I'm going to say this might be controversial, but sorry? When it comes to quantity, when I said quantity matters, what about consistency? Like if we're doing 12 videos a month, what's the difference between posting those 12 videos on one day versus throughout the whole month? First thing I'm going to say is anyone that comes to you and tells you that you should be posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. and that's going to be great is they have no idea what they're talking about. No one knows any of that information, so that's bullshit. Second, I can tell you from our experience, posting multiple times a day can work really well, but you don't want to be overkilling anything. I mean, too much can be just too much. So at the end of the day, we've decided as a creative agency to spread it out over a month, and then we do have high growth packages where we'll do 1 to 3 videos a day for a business that's looking for something that's more extreme in their timeline. But that does require a lot more work. It's more expensive. But you could meet another creator, another creative agency that feels differently. I think we're all just trying to see what sticks. They're changing things all the time. Again, everything I'm telling you could change tomorrow. Just so annoying, but it is what it is. But I would definitely think 12 videos in one day is too much. No more than 3. Sunglasses. Yeah, it's so tough. It's so tough. People that are used to creating these longer videos, I'm seeing are having a really hard time because they're used to these vlogs that can be up to 30-minute long episodes. But I don't think YouTube is dead. I think YouTube is still very much thriving. I just think if they need to decide what their audience is and what their goals are. And TikTok is for short form. And if if they just try to take clips from their long videos and just like repurpose them and put them in, I don't think it's going to work. Because again, BS detectors, they're just going to sniff out that you're not really putting a lot of effort into this platform to try to connect with people. So I would just like scrap everything they've ever done and just start from the ground and just try to be as authentic as possible and connecting with the screen and the people on the other side of that screen. But I honestly don't have a lot of experience with Twitch, so I don't want to tell you things that I don't know. But I know there's big audiences on that too, so yeah, we'll see. Sorry I don't have a longer response for you. No problem. You up there. It literally works for everybody. You can be, I mean, what do we have? We have tea companies, we have healers, psychologists, we have apartment complexes, we have, what are some other ones? Plastic surgeons, boutiques. I mean, it's like half and half businesses, half just people trying to sell some services, and it works for everybody, which I think is so beautiful and so awesome. I love TikTok. But how cool is that? Like, how cool that it's not just for one group. It's not just for 10-year-olds. It's not just for 40-year-olds. It's not just for businesses. Not just for consumers. Like, it's literally for everybody. So that's why I like literally tell everybody about this that I ever meet. I'm like, you gotta get on this. You all the way in the back. All the way in the back. Yeah. Yes. Yes. For sure. So her question was about lead generation. So like the worst thing that can happen is you have a video that goes viral, but there's nowhere for those views to go. There's no link. There's no thing that they can click to then buy or learn more. So like, how do you set that up? It's that link in bio, right? That's the only thing that if they look at that video and then they look at the next step, it's going to be what's in your bio. And that's really important. We use something called Linktree. There's a couple platforms that do this where one link can kind of turn into multiple links. If you click this, you'll see what I mean. You can say, this is our website. This is how you buy our product. This is how you do XYZ. There has to be something set up, or you'll have a viral video and then those views just go nowhere. So for us, we had the app download link to the App Store in our bio when that first Miami video hit, and people just clicked that, went to the App Store, and downloaded the app. And it was literally just direct funnel. We still have our App Store link in our bios, and we just find that the less clicks there are to get to what we want them to get, the better. If you're trying to get them to click like 6 things before they actually get what they're looking for, then you're going to lose a lot of people. But you're right. That is like the worst thing ever if you don't have something like that set up. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a mic. Cool.
I can yell really loud.
That's cool.
I have 2 questions. One is, what's the trick to posting to multiple platforms? Because I've tried to like make reels because I started on Instagram. I tried to make reels, and then if I try to save it, there's no sound. It's bullshit. It's like all that work on the syncing and the stupid timing, and it does nothing.
Should I give her the secret?
Is there like you have to use a third-party app? Or you use the screen recorder?
There's a third-party app. You can just Google it.
Google what?
Google how do I download my TikTok without the watermark? Because that's how we do it.
Oh, so you make it on TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
You make it on TikTok. You don't make it on Instagram.
Correct. Yeah.
That's the trick.
Yeah.
Okay. My second question is, I remember a few years ago when TikTok came out and there was all these like data privacy concerns. China's stealing your data and they're gonna like follow everything you do on your phone and la la la. Is that still a concern?
I'm sure.
Or do you just not
I just
care
don't
about
care.
your data?
Like whatever, take it.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think a lot of people like to get scared about that stuff. at the end of the day, it's helping us because the more data that we can get from other users, the more you can get your location data that you're in Denver, and then we can get our Denver videos on your For You page. So for us as a business, we're happy about it. I think every 6 months, there's like an article that comes out that says TikTok is going to get shut down in the US. And everyone freaks out, especially people that get paid from it. And it never happens. So I don't think it would ever happen. So I don't usually get too hot and bothered about it. But yeah, that's my take. How about you? Oh, the same account. That is a great question. There's so many weird things that happen with TikTok accounts. There's this thing called being shadow banned. It means that like TikTok has flagged your account for some weird reason, and every video you post gets like 2 views. There's just nothing you can do about it. And in that case, we start a brand new account on someone else's phone, so it's not even associated. I don't think we've ever had any clients that have had a business and pivoted to another business on the same account, right? No. Yeah, I mean, we are always big proponents of just starting fresh. And that tip I had about like not being too concerned about your follower number is real. Like, it's fine. If you have 0 followers, you can still go viral with one video. So, yeah, I haven't had that experience.
And I just had one last question.
Yes.
Any tools or apps that you can think of that will correctly translate landscape to portrait?
No. TikTok hates it. TikTok hates it so much. Yeah, does anyone know any? Us too, yeah. Try Splice. Yeah, it's our favorite app as well. But, I mean, I just don't recommend it. It's not going to work too well, I think. But you can try it. Let me know.
I was just saying, is there like I'm brand new to TikTok. I've got like a couple hundred followers. Like, is there a good, I don't know, number of views or number of shares or like a ratio of followers to that that's like you're doing good, or I don't know, is it double, is it triple, is it?
It's a great question. We usually consider a viral video to be 10,000 views or more, like internally.
So I have one with 125,000. I know that one's good.
Sorry?
I have one video that's got 125,000, which is
You're
cool.
doing great.
But then
that's
like,
wonderful.
But the other ones are like, the 2 big ones are like 4,000 and 8,000.
That's still great. I mean, that's traction.
Okay, so
that's
yeah,
traction.
so like, is that the range you're aiming for?
I'd say anything over 500 views means that you're on to something.
Okay.
We like to aim for 10,000 or up internally. The ratios you definitely want to look at. If your video gets 10,000 views, but like under 50 saves or shares, then that wasn't the right video. It's not going to do much for you and your business if people are viewing it, but they're not doing anything with it. So like I said, definitely pay attention to saves and shares more than any other metric, even more than views, honestly. Because sometimes you can have a video that gets 500 views, but it has 300 saves, and like that's a win. So that would be my advice. Cool? All right, I'm going to stop those now. But if you do want to come up and chat to me or any of my team about anything, please feel free. We love meeting new people. But thank you guys so much. Those were awesome questions, and nice to meet y'all. Have a great day.